Okay, today is Sunday, September 4, 2016. We're going to go now look over weekly spot charts here at Brent crude oil weekly basis here. Um, I basically take a look at this as it's stuck in a sideways range. For right now, you can use the pivot lines as just a quick marking off the channel. So you have an upper range of, I personally only give it to about 54 or that, but you could rummage it up to like 56, 58 on the upper side. Like I mentioned before about the hedge funds pushing commodities around. You could just the sideways action and everything. It's easy that everyone's just kind of standing around per se, and then you get people who run around and move it. The algos do most of the work though. A lot of sawtooth. And then on the downside here, you could I'd basically kind of bust it down around here like 37. I think I said 37 to, we'll say 54. So that's $7, and it'll also narrow here too on one of these fine up here in my bird's nest. What do I have? I have one average trading range. It's at 10 on a weekly here. That's the orange one. It says down here, so it's even narrowing on 10, but it's about $3.6. Okay, for the range. All right, and the other one down below it is the blue one is ADX, so there's no trend. Okay, you can see here that the trend peaked also with this movement here into 2015. Both the ADX and the ATR peaked out and rolled over. So basically that's what happened, and we've been stuck in a sideways deal, which markets move 70-80% of the time. And so on this one, all you do is you write options. You're stuck in a range. I don't expect it to go through R2, and I don't expect it to go through S2. If it does, then there'll be other things out there too, opportunity-wise, for whatever reason. Okay, so I expect oil to be sideways. A lot of that has to do with normality. We're reaching normality here. We're back. We're off with the speculating in the commodities side, and now we're getting to the hand to mouth kind of thing, or just in time. This should be interesting, right? Just in time commodities. All right, so we're warehousing. Yeah, so maybe we should have Amazon babysit the commodity warehouses. Yeah. Okay. All right. And then running through the next one here, Canadian dollar basically goes along with the oil here. Let's see if we can sneak both of them in there. No, looks about the same. Canadian dollar, same thing, though. They're going to have their fiscal issues besides some. The flow of funds needs to go from the west coast to the east coast. I'm sure they've already figured that one out with a pipeline. This is a neat little low here in my bird's nest up here right at the beginning of the year. The Canadian dollar did bottom on here. That also went with the commodities. I'd mentioned that I thought commodities were going to lead the way till at least through March, and now here we are into September. So we're 9 months into this here. You could actually say that it's here. See how quickly Kevin can play point and click. Right. Kevin say point and click. Yeah, okay. So that's the inverted head and shoulders here. With the possibility of it going up here. That would coincide with oil. Different types of lines, huh? And I haven't figured out how to copy yet. And they have a tendency of moving on me. So that's where we are with that. On the Canadian dollar. All right. So crude oil, ta-da! Cute. right, so it didn't like me, whatever. So there's a fat guy range for the Canadian dollar. Sell all the calls and sell all the puts. There you go. And just play the center area. What percentage-wise is that? That's not a bad return. All right, cocoa, possible head and shoulders here and rolling over. Coffee, the old saucer bottom action here. You have to remember that a lot of these here, just like the natural gas bottom, the coffee, what was this? I wasn't paying too close of attention because I'm kind of if I have to click something, I need to click it. It can't be closed a majority of the day kind of thing. You know what I'm talking about. And then, but coffee can run up to here for whatever reason. Like I said before, yesterday's video, day before, on the quarterly commodity review, coffee is South American, so it's goofy per se, like American droughts here, lack of rain, too much rain, whatever, there, strife, what have you, dock workers strike, yada yada yada. Okay, and the most traded commodity, physical, water is the most used commodity, I believe, and then concrete. But coffee is the most traded. Our legal Kerbengo, liquid energy in the morning. Mighty tasty, even cold. All right, copper. All right, copper, I have basically a sideways action, but I pointed out yesterday on the monthly that through the 80s and that, copper was priced down under $1. Copper really looks like it's beginning to lose a lot of people who want to press the short side. I would expect something like 7 weeks straight down, that kind of thing, to mark a bottom. I guess I could send this chart out real quick. This is another chart here. Ooh, do I tweet it? Sure, we'll tweet it. Do the tweet, Kev. I have to call this copper. Alright, you can see how it marched down from 08 to 09, and then it quietly just stair-stepped all the way down here. Corn should get, this is a decent looking bounce here, even 20 cents or 40 cents in corn, it's 20 cents and 40 cents in corn, but remember I'm playing that there's going to be pressure sideways to down, maybe a seasonal bounce as hedges get lifted and cash comes to market. But it's the margins we're going to be dropping here on corn as we go back to the old ways again. Well, there's not much volatility, so we're going to drop margin down to $400. Whatever, Another reason to become a member, right? All right, cotton, basically here you have a long sideways deal, but there's a lot of people that got into cotton. It's expensive. It adds up in a hurry here, point-wise. Reminds me of ES. So if something moves, it adds up in a hurry here in cotton. 50 is the multiplier. Gasoline. This one a little more in the weak department here, but I'd kind of look at anything down below one of those where you just buy it, buy the underline, write the option, buy the underline, write the option, or sell naked. You could go naked puts on here if you wanted to, consumption wise. There will need a quote unquote disruption here. They'll figure it out. Gold, basically, I think, was it silver? I was going to treat more like a bull flag. This just looks like a choppy, ABC little movement up here, at best sideways. I don't expect much. I expect, we should play into the game of, if they didn't do it in September, they're going to do it in December, right? Raise the interest rates at the Fed. But we'll see how things pan out. I expect a little more kerplowy, zimzam, that kind of thing. A little more volatility. Heating oil, sideways at best for right now. Same thing. Just take R1 and S1 and just mark them sideways. Lumber on these weekly charts. going to get involved again. Lumber's thin, between 260 and 270, but the deal is with lumber, you have to have a $10 buffer on there for right now. Natty gas, lots of longs in there for right now. I wouldn't mind it pressing below 252. See about anything. It could be a one-off deal here in a few weeks. That you get a, what do they call that? Indian summer. You know, whatever. It's just, trust me on this one. One day a month is all we need to do to clean out the weekends here. You know, but think about it this way: it can be painful, but we're only talking a price move of 5%. You know. So look at it that way. I got blown out of the water, and natty gas. What happens? It went off 5%. 5%. You know, but of course, margin, ROE. Palladium, mentioned that before. These all look like little bounces here. That this is it, and same thing with platinum. Though platinum, whatever. If platinum gets to 550 or something, then you want to nibble on it. That's all I can say. And silver's possibility of a bull flag here, the world famous, what do they call that? Fusion? You know, is that the next thing? We're using the sun, which is fine, you know, but also then you get fusion is a little more chemical. When the sun's not out, whatever. That's why we have the battery. I haven't taken physics yet. Because the stock market was moving at a 70-degree angle and I just couldn't take college any longer. You know, you get up and go to work before college opens up, and you know, it opens here at 6 o'clock. Okay, that silver is a bull flag. Beans, a lot of overbought in beans right now. Pause. The thing is like I said, the funds they're going around. All right, so I haven't looked at in depth of the Commitment of Traders report because I've been trying to keep this thing narrowed to. I don't want to own 40 things. How about that? I'd rather own or play one, you know, and make a percentage on you know, a chunk of it, than versus having to fumble around with a bunch. But it all depends upon how much you have to put to work. That kind of thing. If you just want to trade the minis all day long, that's fine. You know, some days will be light, but the other days will be, you know that it's the calm before the storm, right? When volatility drops, it's kind of like being the number one salesman when you're on the top, or Apple, the number one market cap stock, Google, IBM, General Electric, I think maybe General Motors. Number one, Exxon, longest streak, couple 2-3 years, drop. So let's keep an eye on that, an FYI. Yeah. Soybeans. Okay, so you can get the funds to come in here and monkey around with this stuff, whatever reason. Okay, there are a lot of longs in there right now, and they're not giving it up. So I'll have to look at this. What are they using? November's? All right. September's? I'll have to look. Okay, sugar. Basically, kind of a pause. I'll move this up to a larger sideways channel here. But the thing is that I'd like to see this move on its own volition. A few other of them. The whole maple syrup cartel, 80%, blah blah. Just let it peanut. What peanut quotas, all that fun. Just shoo. No. You know. Oh, but they need the subsidies more than ever with All right, wheat. Okay, there's a pause in the action here. I guess I can finish off with crude, right? That's the end of it. Okay, crude. Then we'll come back to wheat. Crude does look like with the unbalanced volume up in here. Crude looks like I'd scoop somewhere around between 35 and 37. I'd come in, and on the upper hand, I think I was looking for 54 in the upper end here. Just give it whatever a swing up. You never know. You're narrowing. How many people use $2 stops? Okay, that kind of thing. That's I mean, for me, I'd gobble everything under 30. Buy perfect. Buy under 40. Sell over 40. Ta-da! Run that for a scan for you. All right, and okay, we're going back to wheat here. Okay, so we have wheat here. It's coming down here. I like how it's coming in. Overselling on the unbalanced volume when it made the first one, so we're getting a divergence. All right, so run up to the more people here. What's this? Free monthly, Kevin. You're too kind. Okay, soybeans and grain commodity market charts or the individual PDFs. Bam. All right. Ta-da! Now, as it says on my little moniker there, that musician, right? Everybody. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. You're looking down there from 1972, 73 period. 77, 1980, 84, 88. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hey, as a 15-year-old, that looks like music. Ta-da! All right, easy enough. But we're going to wheat. Moving on down. Moving on up. All right, soybean meal. And soybean oil. Oh, that's in the trading bands. Okay, corn. Back into the trading bands. Wheat. All right, Chicago wheat. Back into the trading bands. So somewhere around at the lower end of, we'll say round numbers as $2 and $4. Buy somewhere around $3 and then hold tight. But this is one of those things that you have to roll into months because you're actually going to have old crop, new crop, red dog, blue dog, send Red Rover over. So the thing is that you're going to have a lot of confused people. All right, it's not real simple here. All right, as we'll see in the next charts, this is, you see how choppy it is through here. This is over a 3-year period. Under $4, over $5, over $6, over $4, under $3, near $2. So you're gonna get the old crop, new crop, July's, May's, December's, September's, that kind of thing. All of them. How about March, Gav? Throw in March. I dare ya. All right. Did I forget any? July. Okay. All right. So that's the wheat, Chicago, and we have Kansas City. Oh boy, what's the difference? Go look it up. I didn't take a bakery or gluten or protein, whatever. Here's a quick story. So I'm up at my uncle's up in the Red River Valley there, and he has wheat for Busch Beer. This is a while back, no longer. And I go into the barn, and there's extra wheat, and or no, barley, whatever. It's a cereal grain. Okay, on there is the barn cat eating a headless mouse in the pile of barley. Oh boy! I'm like, okay. Does that mean it's getting croissant? All right, back on track. So here's the wheat. We see it's coming back into the way back from 76 and 77 numbers. It is a value, and even if you throw in inflation, inflation related, you can see where wheat is. Okay, so I like it. If it wants to go to a 40-year low, that's fine. $4 in wheat times $50 a penny is 20 grand. So we're back to the 20 grand thing again. Sell naked puts, you buy, then sell the calls, that kind of deal. Just back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. All right, spreading. short the front month, buy the back month. Short March, buy July, September, December, that kind of thing. Then we were down to Minnesota. Here you can see this one here too. Not as much fun in games because Minnesota is actually the #1 producer in oats. Okay. So, but you can see this huge spike here. This is what happens when things get out of hand, like your ego. This is, I think I told the story. Well, I'll tell the story another time. This is what happens when you don't have something and you have to go to market to get it. And you're right there. So, and then all the way down. This will sit here for a long time. Hopefully I don't oh, I'd like to move wheat the other way and move it a nickel over. I'll buy 5 right up there. Not a problem. Click. All right, so same thing back in the trading range here. So nearby Minneapolis wheat, Kansas City wheat, back in the trading range, and Chicago. Chicago is a little bit of a lagger. You can become a member of the Minneapolis Grain Exchange. I can't remember who owns the Kansas City now. And then there's the Chicago stuff. So I'm sure I'll look into more of that because of after I move from the euro or the yen, as everything about the yen, which is the next upcoming video. Then I might as well find something else like the wheat, because I did the natural gas for it took about a year, we'll say. April started doing the naked put writing to get long. Had to hold on to what, a penny? No, $1, right? 260 to 160, $1. The pain and suffering I had to take from the kids. On these chat rooms and sites. Oh, you fool! Yeah, but let's just say you guys ain't involved. All right, so I'll let you go here on this one here, and do more videos since we have this long weekend. There you have it, and yeah. There you have it.